We're going off sound. And we are live here in downtown Dayton for another NPSL matchup, and this one's a battle between the Dayton Dynamo and the Fort Pitt Regiment here from Roger Glass Stadium in downtown Dayton, Ohio. This is Lee W. Mowen.
Pete Zieler here.
And we are excited to bring you this hot battle of two Midwestern towns. And by hot, I mean the action will be fierce. And also, it is pretty warm outside, close to 90-some degrees just in the air. So imagine the artificial turf making that, 10, 20 degrees hotter? It's going to be a warm one today in Dayton.
It's going to be very hot. And quick preps about the teams. Fort Pitt, for the visiting regiment, this is a pivotal match. The regiment are coming off a 1-0 loss to Erie on Friday. They're looking to rebound today, led by a defensive third lead with 4 players over 6 feet tall, including the goalkeeper that's anywhere between 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Quite a large guy, be a tall matter for the Dynamo to crack their defense. They're led by John Kowalski, their head coach, former U.S. national coach in 1991. When we get to our segment of Memories of Soccer with Pete Zielerly, we'll talk a little bit about Mr. Kowalski. And for the Dynamo, return home sweet home, Roger Glass Stadium. The glass has been shining for the Dynamo while away. The reflection has brought up 2 straight losses. It's time to right the ship. And speaking of that, as Tristan Lyle goes, so go the Dynamo. They need a big game from him. And as you said moments ago, Lee, today for both teams, really manage the heat, control the tempo, control the midfield, and then the best team will come out on top.
Dynamo have lost 2 in a row, both on the road. 2-0 shutout at Erie, and also a 1-0 loss in the hands of Syracuse FC, which happens to be the program's first win. As the Dynamo look to get back on track, 4 wins, a draw, and 2 losses against 1 win, 2 lost Fort Pitt Regiment. National anthem here from Roger Glass Stadium. We'll be back. National anthem here at Roger Glass Stadium means we're about ready to play this battle. Dayton versus Fort Pitt from Roger Glass Stadium. And Pete, here's your starting 11. First for our guests, the Redcoats from Fort Pitt Regiment. Scott Rissler will be in goal today for the visitors, and he'll be backed up with two outer backs in Cody West and Colin Worst. Zach Granzinani and Jack Weber patrol the back line. Nick Karlanek with Edis Merzihic. Faso Ordinania make up your backfield. Anthony Vergara, Andres Vega, and Tulio Cananu are up top. As Fort Pitt Regiment in the red jerseys, the dark navy numbers, a similar color scheme to the Duquesne University Dukes of the Atlantic 10 Conference. And they are led by John Kowalski, like Pete mentioned, one-time United States men's national team coach. And the starting 11 looks like this for Dan Grace's Dayton Dynamo. Ryan Hollings patrols the goal today. Hollings comes in 2 wins, a draw, and a loss in the season with 6 goals allowed in 5 matches. 2 shutouts on the year for Hollings. His back defensive line is by Cabe with Eric Kissinger, Christian Johnson, and Austin Kinley. In the midfield, it is Eric Hutton looking to work with centerman Tate Robertson, Christopher DuPont, Matthew Kinkoff, and Connor Hughes. And the lone striker up top is Tristan Lyle. As the Dynamo in the barber pole stripes, gray and white, with the blue numbers and letters all around the kit. For Dayton, Dan Grice, the head coach, goalkeeper coach Catherine Gordon, and assistant coaches Jeff Monbeck and James Thomas. By the way, before we begin, big thank you to goalie coach Catherine Gordon. This setup allows us to stream live on YouTube with video. So for the first time this 2017 season, we are bringing you live picture from downtown Dayton. And we are underway as the Dynamo head from the right to the left. And a quick flick and a nice slide. Scott Rissler taking the chance. And he'll hold on in his blue goalie kit.
And Lee, before we get into the matches, we're just in the first minute. We are here at CJ Stadium. My dad is a 1961 CJ grad, and want to wish him and my mom a happy 51st anniversary today.
Happy anniversary, folks. As Fort Pitt now going to work, their first real touch with the ball is Rissler. This is his first start on the season for Fort Pitt. Played 15 minutes in the loss to Rochester, 3-0 against Fort Pitt. He allowed 0 goals in his short amount of time on the road. He is leading the goalie charge against Brandon Alfieri, who has started all 3 games, as we have our first foul on the contest, and it's a free kick for Dayton, quickly taken by Robertson, connecting to Christopher DuPont. Here's a nice flip. DuPont spins it away, splits past a pack of defenders, going for Lyle. His cross broken up by Fort Pitt. It goes across the end line, and that will be a first corner kick of the day. It goes for Dayton.
Very good move by Fort Pitt. Just get the ball out, play it out, make the safe move. Yes, you give Dynamo a corner kick, but that's kind of one of the key effects for today. Keep everything under control. Don't overexert too much energy, and control the midfield and control the passes. Here we go.
Corner kick happening from the near side of the field. Skips wildly to the opposite side, where the Gem City Squadron await. Last touch by the Redcoats of Fort Pitt Regiment. And a throw-in on the way for the Dynamo. Playing at home. Undefeated here at Roger Glass. Now their third match at home. 4 wins, a draw, and 2 losses for Dayton. Fort Pitt, they've played the least amount of games in the East Division, 1 win and 2 losses. Fort Pitt has lost 2 in a row. Back to Hollings, who will trap it. In the black goalie kit is Hollings, as the Dynamo begin anew. And Pete, while we have this moment, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, bringing you Dayton Dynamo football on YouTube. And they are
very ones that we have: Voss, of course, Circuits and Cables, Dayton Beer Company, and many others that we'll get throughout the match.
Dynamo working on the near side. Cabe takes his time. He is part of the inner core of the defenders in our 3rd minute of action, heading to the 4th. Winds blowing towards the east. That is facing away from the stadium. Your view of the camera, if you will. Back to Fort Pitt. Jack Weber will be the first to get it on the back line for the visitors. Swept on the other side for Karlanik. And Karlanik is knocked down. A free kick on the way for Fort Pitt.
Very impressed that both teams are controlling the midfield, not letting either team escape up the field too much, controlling the midfield. And Fort Pitt, amazing just seeing here from the press box, Lee, they got a lot of size. That could be a factor as we get into the match a little bit more as Dayton intercepts.
Now on the opposite side for Matthew Kinkoff, one of two members of this Dynamo squad with 2 goals. He scored once here at home, and that was the winning goal against Syracuse FC. Fort Pitt retains it in their attacking half, goes back on the Eagle neck, and now the attack rolls towards the right for Fort Pitt, Colin Wurst with the opportunity. Here's a takeaway from the grab of Karlanik, and another takeaway, that time Colin Wurst stealing again for the Redcoats. 5th minute now from Roger Glass, through the legs. Not sure if that was an intentional setup or not for Fort Pitt. To Hollings, a jump and the catch in the 6, and the Dayton goalie rolls it straight ahead for Eric Hutton. That's a save for Hollings. Comes in 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw on the season. His 2 shutouts have been here at home, once to defending champs AFC Cleveland. Send up, looking for DuPont, and knocked away by Fort Pitt. It's a throw-in for Dayton. Like Pete mentioned, like the flow of the game so far, you see Hutton going to work towards the arc. Straight ahead, Kinkoff, and that's offside against Dayton. Looking to feed Robertson up top.
Fort Pitt must have done a lot of game film watching and just some seriously good scouting, because Dayton has always been predicated on getting Tristan Lyle the ball, letting him create up top, and Fort Pitt is just closing every time. Very solid midfield, but on the opposite end, Dayton as well is not letting Fort Pitt, who shows some definite speed, advance the ball really far here as we're in the 6th minute, and Dayton fighting for the ball, tapped away Fort Pitt in control.
Austin Kinley will give this a good chase for the Dynamo defense. 6th minute heading into the 7th. 0-0 game, and a free kick issued to Dayton with Nick Karlanik. Giving way now for Cabe for the free kick. Follow us online on social media. Give Dayton Dynamo a follow on Facebook with a like, Twitter, and Instagram. Chad Hollingsworth running the social media for us here at Roger Glass. Right wing time for Mizuhik. And the throw and awaits for Fort Pitt. Worst looks around. He's got 2 targets towards his left. Goes straight ahead. Moves up a couple yards on the yellow. Popped up where Cabe will trap it. Will help on the opposite side for Eric Kissinger. And the 7th minute, Dayton now roams it to the right. Here's a good 1-on-2 action, 1-on-3 action now. Dynamo swapping sides of the pitch for DuPont on the left wing. Up ahead, Robertson. DuPont holding guard, still Robertson's ball.
Good switch.
Now on the opposite side, right wing time for the Dynamo into the 18, and sails high and wide to the left. Beat, like you mentioned, great switch, good use of the pitch on both sides for the Dynamo in that attack.
Dayton Beer Company is proud to be the official craft beer sponsor of the Dayton Dynamo. Go Dynamo. Also, fans, remind you, for all your Dayton Dynamo information, go to the website, DaytonDynamo.com, and Lee, of course, other slew of social media avenues to get caught up on your Dayton Dynamo info.
Austin Kinley with that last shot for the Dynamo. Now we see Fort Pitt with the attack. Vega. He scored the only goal so far in the young season for Fort Pitt. They've only played 3 matches. They've scored once at home. Have yet to score on the road. In the 8th minute. Flip towards the arc. And bulging on in is Connor Hughes. He'll rip it away. And Fort Pitt right back at you. Down low, Kinley pops it up. One of several Daytonians playing soccer here, not only in NPSL season, but collegiately. He is a Wright State Raider. Here's a knockdown, a foul on Fort Pitt, and a free kick issued to the Dynamo.
Fort Pitt putting very good high pressure, something Dayton has been known to do in the early matches, particularly here at home. But Dayton quick on the draw, looking to switch fields, looking to put it through, and now looking for a nice give and go. There you go.
9th minute, left wing. Rolling up is Kissinger. Blocked up front, couldn't quite get it to Lyle and Robertson. Here's Hutton leaning in, trying to strip it away from Vasto Ordinania. Out of bounds on Kinley. A throw-in on the way for the Fort Pitt Regiment. Do have a nice breeze coming in every so often. A warm breeze. It's Hollings. He'll put the ball back in the 18 before he picks it up. 10th minute. Today at Roger Glass, our pregame entertainment was Thomas Mack, country singer. Did a nice job out here. Get some entertainment going before the action begins on the turf. Excuse me. Here's Hutton. And right now, you see Dayton being extraordinary aggressive. Up
On
for
time.
Lyle.
Excellent through ball. Looking at the fourth official, kept his flag down. Great give and go opportunity, just a little bit much. Whistler able to snare that, and Fort Pitt will come away cleanly. Get first punt of the action of the day for Scott Whistler, keeper for Fort Pitt.
Heading into the 11th minute, Kinley keeps Tulio Kananu honest. Legs of Kinkoff. And rolling to the back line, and a whistle as we see one of the Redcoats, a hand to the face, and a Dynamo needing a trainer. Here comes some of the fine people from Premier Health, also a sponsor of Dynamo Soccer.
But he got bumped off the ball, checking is out, maybe checking contacts, checking to see how he's doing. Fans, we got a quick note for you. Voss, creating higher standard in the Miami Valley in sales and service for over 40 years. The Voss Auto Network, built on trust, driven by integrity. Voss is a proud sponsor of the Dynamo. Visit any of their 8 dealerships in person or online at vossauto.com.
At this time, the Dynamo are heading back towards their bench. Hydration, definitely a key here. Roger Glass with the heat and the sun beating down on the rubber underneath the turf. Staying hydrated is going to have to be both these teams' keys. They have to watch that.
And, you know, not stating the obvious, but you have, of course, 2 halves of a game, 90 minutes of soccer. In a way, it's almost going to be kind of a 3-half or 3-segment game. You're going to have your first half, you're going to be able to refuel, rehydrate, and then you're going to have your second half. But then that 70th, 75th minute, 78th minute, 80th minute is really going to be the true test of which team is going to come out on top. Because that heat's going to be a factor, particularly for the starters. And Lee, it's going to be key at that point to see who can push through and beat the heat. And, you know, as a former player and coach, as a player, you just play through it. As a coach, there's nothing you can do. You just got to say, you know, suck it up and hope you're okay. That's what all the practice time is, and all the, you know, all the continuous stress that they're having.
Right now, Austin Kinley can check down the bench. Here comes a long send from Rissler. Almost in the attacking third of Fort Pitt. 13th minute. Scoreless affair here in downtown Dayton, Ohio. Straight ahead. Past everyone. Waiting for it. It's one of the midfielders, Merzihic. And down. Here it goes.
Rizek with a nice cutback, looking to go back post on that one, looking for potential runner, no runner there. Dayton able to come away cleanly with it here in the 13th minute, tied 0-0. So far, both teams not showing all their cards. You know, the heat kind of affects you there, but at this point, you got lineups, and it looks like we have Kinley back in, I believe.
Kinley still waiting on the bench. That's Bradley Schluter putting on a jersey just in case Kinley is determined not to be able to come back in. We'll have a foul on a Dayton swipe. Free kick on the way for the Fort Pitt Regiment. Even with this heat, we have a nice crowd on hand, especially the premium seats underneath. Here's a nice cross and a nice job defending it by Dayton's Christian Johnson. A high send. Well, there's a field goal. It's going to be a goal kick for the Dynamo in the 14th minute.
Fort Pitt a little bit of time to bring the ball down. Wanted to go for a one-time there. Could have done a two-touch there, but they're the pros. I'm not. And could have settled in. Ball sails north of the goal. Nothing happening there. Dayton able to reset here in the first half.
Rolling towards the right. Waiting for his DuPont on the right wing. Gets it down low. Splashes through a sea of red. Goes for Kingkoff. Knocked down. And he will win the free kick for the Dynamo. Merzirich gets the explanation. And Kingkoff, good foot control there on that opportunity.
Looking for a runner coming in here. We got a couple on the back post. Going to make a run here, looking about PK spot, seeing what he can do and swipe in, doing some overlapping unless they look to go short and bring it in.
Hutton's on the far wing for Dayton. Now joins the mob. It's Robertson. Bowling Green State University sends it up on the free kick into the mob. Here's Rissler, and he will make the catch before. I believe that might be. Originally I thought it was Hutton, but it's not. As Rissler comes in, the two gentlemen share a fist bump. Actually, that was Christopher DuPont looking for Dayton's first goal since the 1-0 win here at home against Syracuse FC. Now in our 16th minute, bright sun beaming down here on the campus of Chaminade Julian High School. On the right wing, that's Hutton bringing it back to two defenders. Now Cabay gets the foot.
Looking for that run, looking for that runner coming down.
Here's Kingkoff. Looks straight ahead.
Good switch.
Robertson plays the right wing. Hutton from the rear. Now finding DuPont right wing. Two red coats in front. And past the end line it goes off DuPont. It is a goal kick for Fort Pitt Regiment.
Circuits and Cables is a proud sponsor of the Dynamo, located on South Brown School Road in Vandalia. Circuits and Cables manufacture custom cables and circuit board assemblies. For more information, please visit their website, circuitsandcables.com.
Here comes Rissler. By the way, we'd like to welcome in our first camera operator of the season, Shelby. And get sure that everyone watching this on YouTube can see the action. And you can too. Johnson on the back line. Going towards the right. Here's Robertson. Right hand quickly up, then down.
Good switch. Beautiful ball.
Now here's Hutton bringing up the right side of the flank. Stops by the far corner. Right foot blast. And that ricochets.
They're going to call a goal kick. Wow.
And that was close.
Very close. Great opportunity. Good switch by Kissinger. Switching fields. Nice, beautiful cross in. Excellent opportunity. And both teams, again, Dayton's has always been predicated on small ball. With the heat today, it's going to be kind of more of a sprint action to the soccer. And very good setup for Dayton. Not able to score on it, but definitely playing in mind. An opportunity to try again.
Austin Kinley still being worked on the trainer's bench. Looks like he's getting stitches in the 18th minute. Now here's Fort Pitt. Cabay intercepts that pass. I believe that was Ordinania. Ripped away from Cabay. Here's a shot off Hollings, loose ball, and it squirts away from 5 players at least. Now the Dayton Dynamo really have to clear this one out. They'll send it back towards the midfield line.
And on the last deflection off by Cabay, definitely felt it in his ankle, limping around a little bit, getting back into the action to hopefully it doesn't tighten up as the game goes on. Ball being fed in by Fort Pitt.
Worst waiting on the top, and a nice catch by Hollings to dispel the attack. A scoreless affair in our 19th minute. Straight ahead, Rissler read that well. Kinkoff was coming in like a train looking for what would be a team-leading third goal scorer in the season. It's going to be a foul on Dayton and a free kick on the way for the visitors.
Well, we have a moment. This is the segment of the match, Lee. Memories of Soccer with Pete Zieler. John Kowalski, coach for the Fort Pitt Regiment. I remember seeing him in 1979 and 80 when he played in the Major Indoor Soccer League in the Pittsburgh Spirit, so it kind of comes full circle. Someone from my youth is still in the game. It's great to see, but now back to the action, and that was your segment of Memories of Soccer with me, Lee. We haven't had a sponsor for that yet.
Throw in Fort Pitt, rather. We'll find one. Don't you worry.
We will find one.
Austin Kinley looks to check in with the fourth official. The left side of his eye is stitched up, and that ball bounces off the near linesman. It's great to see that the head coach of Fort Pitt Regiment still working with the young minds of soccer and therefore growing the game. You can't grow the game without molding the young minds of the sport.
Yep, currently coaches Robert Morris College in suburban Oakland, Pennsylvania, real just on the east side of Pittsburgh.
The Colonials.
Yep. Looking for a setup shot here, goes wide, but good opportunity. Dayton giving them the chance there to take that shot. Looks like we'll have our player back into the match.
Austin Kinley comes in. The first few minutes that he played, he done exceptionally well in that back line. And now the trainers have patched him up. He's good to go again on the right side of that defensive line. We're heading into our 21st minute. Nice environment here at Roger Glass Stadium. It's also Youth Day here at the pitch, meaning 14 and under got in for free with a general admission ticket. Free general admission ticket for those 14 and younger. That's a better way to word it.
Great turn on the ball, having that high pressure. Dayton's going to get a foul there, push on the ball. Spoke too soon, had a good turn. Giving a little shove to him, a little push there. That's going to be a foul on Dayton. Fifth one officially on the match. DuPont
with the push there. The ball kind of wedged away from him. It's a free kick outside the halves for Fort Pitt. The regiment going back to work. Dynamo with a full deck of 7 subs they can use for Fort Pitt today. Just the 4. 2 defenders, a midfielder, and an attacker. Here's Hughes. Nice rotation around from Christian Johnson, his second year as a member of the Dayton Dynamo. Fed towards the left, looks for Kissinger, and a takeaway by the Redcoats. Down the line it goes, a one-on-one battle. Cabay, nice scrum. Vergara, the other one. Almost looked like a little wrestling tackle from behind, but that was going to be a foul. That would have been a professional one to stop the one-on-one roll. His playing experience is just amazing. Playing informally in the Champions League as Fort Pitt looking to make a switch. Look at him turn here. Nice tap away. That was Cabay reaching out his leg off the top of his knees and now off the top of the noggin of DuPont. 22nd minute now. Fort Pitt with an opportunity here, looking to switch, but bumped off the ball. That's going to be a dangerous foul just outside the 18. So this is Fort Pitt's first opportunity here in the 22nd minute. Very solid opportunity to put the ball on frame. You're just a yard or two away from the penalties. That is dangerous aiming if you're the Dayton defense. I believe that's Edis Merzihic. He'll give way now for Vergara to take this free kick. There's a wall of 4 Dynamo directly by the ball, well, 10 yards away. Looking for back post, going back post left. Hollings from the left post. If it's a left foot in swing. Here comes the free kick. It's off the wall. Off the wall on Merzerhick's opportunity. And now on the near side, here's Tristan Lyle coming away with it for Dayton. Down the left wing, Robertson chugging along, but 2 defenders are going to beat him to it and get it back to Scott Rissler. Still Robertson staying with the ball. Great speed down the left wing. Here's Hutton by the near touchline. Knocked down. Mirza comes up with it for Fort Pitt. And we're going to have a whistle favoring the Dynamo. And a free kick awaiting and taken quickly. 24th minute. 0-0 game here this sunny afternoon. We hope this start to your week starts off strong and finishes strong. Nice slip. Here's Lyle. Straight ahead in a sea of red again. Towards the right. Finishing move. And it goes for Dayton. Christopher DuPont puts the Dayton Dynamo up 1-0 in the 24th minute. Christopher DuPont scores his second goal on the 2017 campaign. A great finish from the former Wright State Raider.
Put the ball out to the right flank, be able to put it through, goes back post, DuPont waiting on it, just taps it in, beats Rissler, excellent opportunity. Dayton came away with that goal, 1-0 lead, and that definitely takes a lot of wind out of your sails, particularly on this hot day for Fort Pitt. And Dayton's sitting pretty here, so now can take some more chances. Kind of haven't opened up the whole box yet, but now they definitely can. So Dayton with the opportunity with the goal. Chris DuPont, 24th minute, back to live action Lee.
That is now 3 Dynamo members with 2 goals. Robertson, Kinkoff, now DuPont with 2 on the season. Fort Pitt looking to answer back. By the way, that DuPont goal, the first one since the 1-0 win against Syracuse FC, which was close to halftime. Remember that home game? We had it streamed on YouTube with no video if you want to go back and hear the audio. Mirza now looks. Left foot. Broken up by Kinley that time.
Kinley, right place, right time, able to tap it away. If that would have got by him, it would have been 2 red jerseys. Fort Pitt, though, still on the attack. Intercepted easily by Dayton, making a run here. Run out of real estate, Fort Pitt throw-in.
Radcoat's back on the attack. Here comes Kinkoff. Jumping on top, Connor Hughes. Across the touchline, stays. Nope, goes with the Dynamo. 26th minute, 1-0 Dayton here from Roger Glass Stadium in downtown Dayton, Ohio. I believe the assist goes to Tristan Lyle. Connecting with DuPont. Real solid string of plays there for Dayton to put the goal in the back of the net. And now Dayton starts off slow, going in their attacking half. Lyle Hughes on the right. Back to the defensive line for the Dynamo.
Kowalski's style with his defense, solid 4 back, but this can be troublesome because you're not necessarily marking, but you're zone marking. As Dayton's looking to push forward again, just a little bit too much in the opportunity, but Fort Pitt closing in their 4 defenders. You're again marking real estate, not players, and if you can do some intertwining of the players there, it can cause some issues, as it did a little bit too much on that touch, and Fort Pitt with the throw-in ball back in play.
Just out of the reach of Eric Kissinger. And Pete, you mentioned history of soccer. Kissinger, definitely a household Dayton name. He has spent time with his Dayton Dynamo club past 2 years. He's also been with the opposing Dayton club in town as well, the Dutch Lions.
Also done some high school coaching in the area, so he's been around the game. Great guy, great opportunity as we have a foul on Fort Pitt, unofficially their 5th of the match. Dayton back in the action. It's great to see a lot of the local players just back in with the soccer, doing what they need to, just continuing progressing, and it builds. And Dayton really has an outstanding footing on soccer with the Dynamo. Great crowd. Couldn't ask for much more. Great facility, too. We keep saying that every broadcast, but we'll say that till we're done broadcasting.
We'll say it until the Dynamo no longer play at CJ, if that ever happens. I hope it doesn't. This place is awesome. Here's Lyle with a spin away, but the defender's going to jump on top of it. That's Granziani with the chase. Goal kick for the Fort Pitt Regiment. You mentioned local talent, bro. Both these teams sporting Sunday area, Cincinnati only being 30 minutes away from us. Fort Pitt Regiment, lots of Pittsburgh's talent on here. A couple Duquesne Dukes, one being Scott Rissler. He's starting his junior season with the Dukes this upcoming year.
Cincinnati, a hotbed of soccer. Dayton, of course, a hotbed of soccer. And years ago in my youth, lived in Pittsburgh, got to experience the Pittsburgh youth soccer scene. Great cities, great soccer tradition, and it's great to see both these teams battling as Dayton's pushing forward right now.
Here is DuPont looking for the brace. Stops by the entrance to the 18. His cross broken up with Colin Worst's legs, resulting in the second corner kick of the day for the Dynamo. We're now in minute number 29 here from downtown Dayton, Ohio. And taking the corner for the Dynamo, Tate Robertson.
Tate Robertson in the earlier matches has assisted from here. Did a great opportunity, so looking for Tate to see if he can set something up. Ball in play. Short runner.
Skims away. Poked out of the arc over the leg of Hughes. He'll have to race back, trying to keep it in. And just a hair too late. It's going to be a throw-in for Fort Pitt Regiment.
Fans, Premier Health Experience Sports Medicine Team offers a comprehensive concussion management program to help prevent, recognize, and treat concussions. To learn more or to find a Premier Health Sports Medicine specialist near you, call 866-608-FIND or visit premierhealth.com/sportsmed as we have a foul on Dayton.
It's going to be a free kick for Fort Pitt on the left wing. We're now in the 30th minute.
30th minute, probably get a water break soon. Players are still giving it all they've got. Referees have been, the fourth official has been looking, and I think they'll be doing this. So Dayton's going to be giving it all, so is Fort Pitt here, knowing that they'll be getting a break momentarily. This is a setup for Fort Pitt that they need to do. They got to come away with something. They've had two good opportunities so far, but just kind of their own mistakes as they send the ball in low and really no target there. It's another wasted opportunity for the Fort Pitt Regiment.
Kinley's going to come up with it. And he sends it high above everyone's head and almost into the Gem City Squadron. And there's your hydration break. That's a big key thing. The Syracuse game, the last one we did, Pete, they had it around the 31st minute, which we are in now. And hey, we need a hydration break up here as well.
Well, I got a moment. We'll go through the scores from Friday night for the division, the Midwest East Conference Division. As you mentioned at the beginning of our broadcast, the Fort Pitt Regiment played the Erie Commodores, lost 1-0, and AFC Cleveland, who, after losing to Dayton, lost a couple more matches, won very handily over FC Buffalo by a 4-1 margin. Also, going on today, if I'm not mistaken, we have a couple matches. We have Rochester Lancers and Syracuse, and FC Buffalo. And the Rochester Lancers Syracuse game was Friday night. Did not get a game report on that, but also today, FC Buffalo and Syracuse will be playing this afternoon.
As both teams take this time, hydration, but still, you gotta watch too, because when you're working, the energy just leaves right out of you.
But if you're sitting watching our broadcast in your comfort of your home, Modelo Especial is proud to be official beer sponsor of the Dayton Dynamo Football Club. Here's to you, Dayton Dynamo fans. Remember to always drink responsibly. Also, Leo, I got a quick moment. Don't forget to tell the fans, there are so many social media ways to get hold of the Dynamo. You're very much a kind of a Viking to this, a pioneer of all the sites. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. We pretty much have it all.
There's Snapchat, too.
And Snapchat. So you can tell that you're just a few years younger than me, Junior. I have blossomed and baptized myself to Facebook. That's as far as I've gotten.
Hey, social media is a helpful thing. Gets the word out there, and people share their experiences, which you can see on Dayton Dynamo's timeline on Twitter. Again, that's Dayton Dynamo.
And if you have pictures of the match, or you're here in the stand, send pictures. Love to see them. Love to share them.
Share your experience, because without your experience, there's just the game. Spinning around is DuPont and his defending half going for Cabay. Real nice article about Cabay in his 30s, still playing the sport. And Cabay has been to a real high level in the Champions League. He has represented his country many times. Here's a blast, and almost through the goal post. That's a goal kick for Dayton.
Fort Pitt is just, they're sending it in, they're not able to muster a lot of offense, and that is just a compliment to the Dayton defense playing very solid. Saw the last opportunity, Dayton have the ball, Coach Grice, the Dayton Dynamo coach, imploring his players, push forward, and they're doing that right now. Get the ball forward.
Here's Lyle. Cleanup job on the way for Kissinger. Good heads-up read for the vet. Spins it around. Here's Cabay, right behind the back of Vega. Dynamo have to reset with Johnson. Quarterbacking the defense. Goes for Kinley on the opposite side. 34th minute here. Wind still blowing, so it's not the hottest day of the year. Kinley trying to whisk the ball away, and the defender is slowly getting, nope, the defender is down for Fort Pitt Regiment. I think the goalie's coming in asking why that wasn't a foul, and now he is back up. 35th minute of action. Dayton leads 1-0 on Christopher DuPont's goal, his second on the year. Christopher DuPont. Great finish. Helped out by a bevy of Dynamo attackers. Tristan Lyle getting the assist. Here's Rissler with the send-off. Off the side of the head of Connor Hughes. And then we see Kinkoff taking charge. Nice defensive sweep by Cody West out there, keeping Kinkoff honest. It will still remain with the Dynamo via throw-in.
They now looking to push forward, looking for space, looking for help, but not wasting opportunities. Good ball there, good feed in. Could be a foot race. Whistler's able to beat Lyle to the ball, able to take control of it. Referee checking on him real quick. They'll bump into each other. Solid plays, telling Lyle, hey, good aggression, just be careful. Whistler, the left-footed keeper for Fort Pitt, playing a solid match so far, and the goal that he gave up, he was not in the bad spot. It just was a perfectly played opportunity from Dayton, able to take advantage of it. But as of now, kind of a new match in your mindset as Dayton pushes forward, and they just want to get one more, get that solid sweep, and definitely put the nails to the coffin for Fort Pitt. Looking opportunity here.
Here's Kinkoff. Blast and score!
And there it is.
Matthew Kinkoff delivers an up-top blast over the outstretched hand of Rissler, and it's 2-0 Dynamo in our 36th minute.
He must have read my mind. Like I was just mentioning, you got to get that opportunity, get another opportunity, put it on frame, do what you need to do, able to turn on the ball, an unbelievably solid strike. Upper left, solid, sends it in, 2-0 lead from Dayton, and at this point, Fort Pitt is in trouble. We talked earlier in the match about the heat being a factor, but Lee, at this point, you're down 2-0 in this heat. It's very hard physically and mentally to come back from that deficit.
Matthew Kinkoff scores his third goal in the year. That now leads the Dynamo crew, and it's 2-0 in favor of the home team here at Roger Glass Stadium. We have entered our 37th minute, and Dayton looking to put another one in. They'll have to go back to their defensive alignment. Cabay with Kissinger waiting on the left wing. Goes on the other side for Johnson. For Fort Pitt, they have allowed 3 goals on the year in their second game. They were at Rochester when they suffered the 3-0 loss. Rissler came in and played about 15 minutes of goalie in that game. Took over for Brandon Alfieri. And now here comes Fort Pitt. Looking for the lone striker on top. Picked up now by Vergara on the left wing. And leaves the ball behind. Picks it back up with Dayton pressure. Staying on top of that ball. Now in the center of the field. Towards the arc. Hutton. Right there on top of the ball. Straight ahead. Good pressure. Skips through. Hollings blasted off his right hand. Might have misread that. And that's going to be a corner kick for Fort Pitt Regiment. They're first on the day.
Fort Pitt was looking to cut the ball right, able to cut it left, fooled Hollings for just a moment. Beautiful save on the ball. Fort Pitt with a corner kick opportunity here in the 38th minute. On
the far side of the pitch. Towards the exit of the 18. Directed towards the left. Here's one. Hollings off his chest and keeps it out of the goal mouth.
Very solid strike by Fort Pitt.
Now here's Lyle off the top of his head. Robertson trying to come back for it, but Worst is in his way. Here's Kinkoff. He'll slow it down, pick it up by the far touchline. With 2 Redcoats in their defending half, the Dynamo now walk it in. Hughes. Now Hutton. Kinley now walks it slowly. Finds DuPont. DuPont has the first goal of this game in the 24th minute. Lower shoulder by Kinley. Freeing the ball away. Lots of activities to be had on the left side of the pitch, the near side. Robertson. Now Hughes controls it. Hughes walks it towards his left. Off a defender. Swept away. Fort Pitt on top of it. Now in the 40th minute. And Merzirik trips over the ball. Gets his footing back. Straight ahead. And Hollings back with it. High send up. And a goal kick awaiting the Dynamo.
Not a bad opportunity keeper for Dynamo. Hollings had to come out, head the ball, went out about 35 yards out. You're Fort Pitt, you have an opportunity. If you can try to put it on frame, you're going to do a one-timer. Worst thing you give up is a goal kick, as they do, and Dayton back and control the ball with the 40th minute. But Fort Pitt definitely, despite being down 2-0, have some firepower.
And this has been a situation where they're now starting to get the opportunities. Things are starting to click, and the Redcoats are keeping the pressure on Hollings and that back line for Dayton. Vega towards the left. Back out to Vega. He was the reason why Fort Pitt won their home opener against the Rochester Lancers 1-0. Lake May. Here's Robertson straight ahead. Knocked off an outstretched leg. Good hustle by Merzirik. Nice little head bop for Vergara. Fort Pitt now attacking the left. Kolarik. 41st minute. 2-0 Dayton your score. DuPont and Kinkoff the goals. DuPont's goal in the 24th. Kinkoff's 36th. Into the 6th. Jammed up between the knees of Nick Kolarik. And a goal kick awaiting the Dynamo crew.
Premier Health is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for the Dayton Dynamo and the leader in caring for student athletes in the region. To learn more or to find a sports medicine specialist near you, call 866-608-FIND or visit premierhealth.com/sportsmed.
Christopher DuPont and Matthew Kinkoff, the goal scorers for Dayton. Kinkoff now with 3, DuPont with 2. Over passed. Now for DuPont, left wing. Pont. Robertson staying onside. Robertson going into the 18. And his hook just bites a little bit to the left. A good header opportunity awaiting Dayton. A goal kick now for Fort Pitt Regiment.
Very solid strike, good turn on the ball. Just ran out of room there, very close by about a foot or so. Nice to see. Take the opportunity. See if you can put a third goal in before half as we're in the 42nd minute.
And we look throughout the crowd, we see a lot of USA soccer jerseys, like you mentioned. Kowalski, once the head coach of the United States men's national team. We see a lot of the current kits for the Americans.
And they got a big match tonight.
Yes, they do.
Driving down to Mexico, I believe. Good luck, USA.
Here's Lyle with the spin. Right wing, back to Lyle.
Good ball.
Lyle onside, into the box. His cross sliced a little bit by the defense. And a whistle.
They're going to call a foul, bumping him off the ball. I'm not quite solid that there. I think that was more defender than offensive, but you just get back in the play. 43rd minute, good opportunity by Dayton. And Rissler's trying to get his troops pushed up, saying, come on, guys, we got another opportunity. Fort Pitt, a team that can go fast. But here's what you're looking at. You flick on.
Kinley hits it out of bounds. A throw and awaits for Fort Pitt. Fort Pitt just playing their 4th match in the season. That's the least in the East Division. Dayton, their 8th, and that's the most. 44th minute here. Downtown Dayton, Ohio. Towards the arc. Broken up. DuPont. Nice cleanup job. Colin Wurst flings it over. Looks for Mazurek.
Zurich looking to cut, make a feedback post.
Good cross, good set. However, flicked out of bounds off the shoes of Kananu.
A little sloppy on the defense here. You can't let you cannot let the opposing player just get the ball, especially near the 6. Fort Pitt's going to get an opportunity here in the 44th minute. Probably last opportunity before halftime.
It's a corner kick that was out on the Dynamo. Flicked up, out of the arc it goes. Robertson will get there first. Towards center line.
Foul.
Robertson knocks the defender down in front. Free kick on the way for Fort Pitt. Colin Wurst taking the worst of that one. No pun intended, I promise. He earns his team a free kick by his bench. Now in our 45th minute with stoppage time. Should see a couple minutes with the Austin Kinley injury and also the hydration break. At least 2 or 3 minutes is my best guess. Here's Cabay. Good defensive jump. Mazurek.
Dayton holding pressure on the defense. Got to keep pulling. Got to tighten up. Can't give Fort Pitt any opportunities here late in the half. Not only even if they don't come away with anything, as they have one right now.
Here's a loose ball. Vega, wide right. He was looking for his 2nd goal in the season, and Vega just hooks it wide to the right. Great look.
Great look, great opportunity, but that's one of those things for your mentality. You just cannot give them that opportunity. Coach Grice off his bench for the Dynamo is saying, guys, tighten up the defense. We know we're near halftime, but nothing silly. Don't give them opportunities. Have them going into halftime. Fort Pitt looking at the scoreboard and seeing the 2-goal deficit.
Stoppage time now in the first half with Dayton leading Fort Pitt Regiment 2-0 on the goals from DuPont and Kinkoff. Towards the right, Mirzahick. Towards Hollings. Drop down. Nice save by the Dayton keep. Hollings now with the drop kick delivery into the attacking half of the Dynamo. The opposite side for Lyle. Free kick for Dayton. The Dynamo looking for another quick strike. It's going to be Robertson next to the ref. Right now we see Robertson, Hutton, and Hughes lurking. So Robertson's going to take this one. 4 red jerseys making a wall. It's Robertson. Runs to it. Down low. Here's Rissler. He'll drop on top of it for the stop. Still in stoppage time. 2-0 Dayton, first half. Dayton looking to snap a 2-match losing streak. Both of those games on the road, and both of those games Dayton failed to score. First time in 2017 the Dynamo offense hasn't been able to find the back of the net. And Dayton has done it twice in this first half.
Going again, having the onsides here.
Here's Robertson, chest, bumps it high, loops it wide right of the post. The defenders for Fort Pitt questioning no offside flag, but Robertson handled it, and he just puts too much toe into the spin, and it's wide right.
Sorry, Lee, clearly was not offside. 3 runners caught Fort Pitt napping there and had an opportunity. Great chance.
Two 2-0 Dynamo. Stoppage time, winding down the first half. Not sure how well the audio picks up, but that drum out there, I like it. One-on-one battle. Robertson unable to get there. Flick towards the Eagle logo. Here's Hutton settling down. Out of the reach of Hughes. I believe that's Worst. Possibly Vergara. In front of Cabay. Cabay trying to whistle it away. And a whistle. And a free kick for Dayton in the box. And it looks like that is half here at Roger Glass Stadium. The Dayton Dynamo leading Fort Pitt Regiment 2-0. Pete, great half for Dayton.
Great half for Dayton, up 2-0. You definitely get in and rehydrate a little bit here. Dayton will get to continue to press on. We'll be back with the action momentarily.
We'll come back for second half here on the YouTube home of the Dayton Dynamo. We'll be back after this break. At the half, Dayton Dynamo 2, Fort Pitt Regiment 0 here as we are about to conquer the second half from downtown Dayton, Ohio, the Gem City, as Dayton looks for their third home win and their third home match of the 2017 season. I'm Lee W. Mowen.
Pete Zieler here, back in the action here at the Robert Glass Stadium.
And we are ready for the second half to begin. The goals were credited to Christopher DuPont and Matthew Kinkoff. The first goal, DuPont's goal, assisted by Tate Robertson, and Kinkoff's goal in the 36th minute, assisted by Tristan Lyle. That's your 2 goals, your 2 assists. Right now, half a clean sheet for Holdings. He looks to maintain that against Fort Pitt, who were building up a lot of opportunities, especially as we crept closer to the 45-minute limit. And we have a substitution. We have Brad Schluter coming in for the Dayton Dynamo. Brad Schluter. Bradley Schluter in the last home game got the home start. We're trying to see who Schluter replaces. Normally involved with the defensive lining for the Dynamo. And we have 3 Fort Pitt subs. Remember, they have 4 on the day, Fort Pitt. We have Alex Obedian with Matt McDwyer and Jesse Shearer. The only sub left for Fort Pitt, will make it 2. Brandon Alfieri, the backup keep, and Stefano Palina. He's a midfielder. Obedian and McDwyer are defenders, and Jesse Shearer is a striker. Fort Pitt in the red jerseys with the navy numbers, like I mentioned in the first half. Very similar to what the Duquesne University Dukes have. It's 2 Pittsburgh teams for you.
They're going to be able to start off going right to left here in the second half. Pitt now with the replenishing their subs in. Going to have to be going for the full 45, so you're going to have a good solid 8 or 9. They're going to play the full 90. Dayton right now looks like could be for that substitution figure. Could be Kissinger's coming out.
So Eric Kissinger looks like his day's done for the Dayton Pack. And we'll try to get you the sub-outs for Fort Pitt. One of them is Cody West.
Actually, Kissinger back in the game. It was Kinkoff just doing a dummy run to the sideline. Fooled us. We're back to the action.
Here's Schluter, his first touch on the ball in this game. Almost pickpocketed by Jesse Shearer. Shearer is now the up-top striker. And now Dayton, they have some pressure coming at them right off the bat. You see Fort Pitt just angling right towards the ball, going straight at it.
That's what they need to get back in the game, put the pressure on. We ended the first half with Dayton, obviously with a 2-0 lead, but kind of playing a little sloppy on the defensive third. Pittsburgh's going to try to build out in the second half. Dayton just continue the possession, make smart plays right there. Not happening there. Bad pass, Fort Pitt in control. But Dayton, though, quick action to the ball, very quick, and able to do touches on the ball. And that's how they got those 2-goal lead. Just quick action, quick burst of speed. Dayton's able to conquer. So it's going to be an interesting chapter, the second half here as we're just underway. Dayton in control.
Hollings will set it up, looking for Lyle, blocked away from Jack Weber. He and Worst stayed in the game, part of the defensive core. Now here's Worst on the left wing. Quickly met up with Hutton. Good stance by Hutton. Blistered off of Matthew Kinkoff and stays on the right side of the touchline for Dayton. Good defensive play by Dayton, but quickly stripping it away. Colin Worst runs out of room to Schluter, and it's a throw-in for Fort Pitt Regiment and the Redcoats. A 2-0 Dynamo lead in our 47th minute of action. Again, heat. The key to it, hydration. And you're going to see, maybe in the second half, try not to go full blast 100%. Because that heat is lurching down on you. And don't forget, the heat's lurching down the artificial turf, making it extra hot on that beautiful green field.
Dayton have a 2-0 lead. This is one of those things where if they can get to the 3-goal lead, obviously 2 2 down is hard to come by. But if you get a 3-goal lead and then get your substitutes in that are fresh, particularly on the defensive end, you'll sit pretty as Dayton's making a run right now. Good ball.
Here's Kingkoff. Kingkoff looking for 2. Line to find Lyle. Sends it towards the net. It's wide right. Out of the reach of Scott Rissler. And a goal kick awaits Fort Pitt.
Fans, I want to remind you, Dayton Beer Company is proud to be the official craft beer sponsor of the Dayton Dynamo. Go, go, Dynamo.
Rissler taking a little bit of time, the Duquesne Duke. So we enter minute number 49 here from Roger Glass. Hutton with the send back. DuPont rolls it back by Cabay. Behind him was Jesse Shearer. I believe Shearer takes the place of Cananu. We see Kingkoff waiting by the 4th official as Cabay. Good moves. Now up for Lyle behind his back. Defense pushed him out of the way to defuse that opportunity. Now for Kalanick. Towards the right. See the red coats set it up. Mosaic. And now Dayton coming away with it outside the 18. Schluter. Heavy pressure. Bounced off the chest of Matt McDwyer. My apologies. Matt McDyer. And the throw-in awaits Dayton in front of the Gem City Squadron. See the wind starting to pick up. Still blowing out to the east. That's looking out. If you're watching with us on YouTube or just listening to us, making us a part of your Sunday afternoon, we thank you. 50th minute, still 2-0 for the Dynamo. Rissler on top of it. Intercepted by Hutton. Nice jump to knock it back. And Hutton with the race, trying to keep it away from the corner. And he does not. The ball just crosses the end line. It looked like Hutton kept it, but he was going to have to make a quick hustle back for it with an incoming defender. Good opportunity and good hustle by Eric Hutton.
Fans, I want to remind you, Circuits and Cables is a proud sponsor of the Dynamo, located on South Brown School Road in Vandalia. Circuits and Cables manufacture custom cables and circuit board assemblies. For more information, visit circuitsandcables.com.
Throw in for Dayton as they go back in their attacking half. Dayton from left to right in the second. 51st minute. 2-0 for the Dynamo. Robertson. Quick throw in by the backup net. Gabay. Up for Hollings. Hollings on the year. 2 wins, a loss, and a draw. He's picked up all his wins here at Roger Glass.
That very well is going to be a card on the foul. No, referee's not going to go to his book. But a hard foul by Fort Pitt. Dayton with a quick opportunity, looking to make something happen.
Robertson heads towards the near corner. Stop, go, now twists off the hands of Rissler, and he will jump on top of it in the 52nd minute. You like the sportsmanship there, as Worst helped out the down Dynamo quickly. Hollings looking for clean sheet number 3 on the season. Shut out AFC Cleveland, shut out Syracuse FC at home, and we'll have a foul against the Dynamo. Free kick for Fort Pitt. Backup is for Dayton, Paulo Pinto. 2 wins and a loss in the season. And 1 shutout on the road at FC Buffalo, where Dayton picked up their first full slate of 3 points. Dayton currently second in the NPSL Midwest Conference East Division. Into the box, rolls off the head of Cabay, and corner kick number 3 awaits Fort Pitt and the Regiment. And I believe out there that is Merzuhik. You see starting up on the far side of the field. Hand goes up, quickly down, swiped in, out of the reach of Hollings. He might have got some of the ball. Fort Pitt traps it in the near corner. Cabay on top of the defense. Into the arc. Back out. And a lot of miscues there on that bouncing ball, but a good defensive lockdown for the Redcoats. Flick towards the right. And off of Cabay, an own goal. And it's now 2-1 Dynamo.
Talk about those opportunities, Dayton. Defense trying to clear up and just trying to clear the ball. By Cabay not able to do it right in goal. But now, brand new match, 2-1. It only takes one more strike to equalize it. Fort Pitt definitely the momentum here heading into the 54th minute, Lee.
That's a tough own goal to give up. That ricocheted off the Dayton defender. There's not much you can really do about that.
No, you can't. You just got to tighten up the defense. Just do what you've been trained to do. Keep it pushing forward. Good things can happen. Quick strike Dynamo can do it. And Fort Pitt, though, a team that definitely is putting a high pressure on and quickly make them forget about it. Get a quick scoring opportunity. Change the mentality for both teams. Ball taps out. It's going to be last touch by Dayton. Fort Pitt throw in here in the 54th minute.
Some other games going on should be final FC Buffalo hosting Syracuse FC. The Rochester Lancers had a 3-0 lead at the half against AFC Cleveland in Rochester, New York. Stripped away. Here comes Hutton and company. Burped away at the last minute by Fort Pitt. Lyle gets the quick throw in for Schluter. Spins it in traffic and off Kinkoff. 55th minute. Fort Pitt now trailing by 1 at 2-1. Own goal blistered off the defender and rotated in the back of the net. Looking up top, that's Vergara on the left wing. Hollings will have the ball and trap it. And now we'll see Hollings trying to send it off towards the left. Lyle just belts away from Christopher DuPont looking for the brace. And it's the keeper for Fort Pitt Regiment on top of it. 55th minute heading to 56th minute. Dayton leading 2-1 here on this very warm Sunday afternoon. If you like sunshine and heat, well, this is the place to be.
Ball going to deflect out for a Dayton throw, and this is where Dayton needs to come quick as they're moving, going fast here. Got to make a scoring opportunity here. Get that goal entrenched out of your brain. Trying to give and go, see what they can do.
Lyle, send
nice
off
strike
towards the left. DuPont just a bit away, and a goal kick for Fort Pitt.
Now help the Dynamo forget the own goal just moments ago. Fans, whoever got a second, I want to remind you, Voss creating high standards in the Miami Valley in sales and service for over 40 years. The Voss Auto Network is built on trust, driven by integrity. Voss is a proud sponsor of the Dynamo. Please visit any of their 8 dealerships in person or online at vossauto.com. Back to the live action, Lee.
56th minute heading into the 57th. A one-on-one battle towards the far corner. And it is a throw-in for Fort Pitt. Start to see Dayton now take a bit of the momentum, putting Fort Pitt with some pressure. Quickly thrown down for Vega. Flicked off the ankle. And the Regiment have an army of Reds marching forward. A good physical strip by Dayton's Kissinger. Straight ahead, it's Robertson, Schluter. Schluter looks around, 2 Redcoats on his left, and he runs out of real estate. Throw in for Fort Pitt in the 57th minute. Here's a jump by Kinkoff. Can't quite get it to Robertson. Kinkoff trying to strip it away. Hutton held up. Free kick for Dayton.
No need to do that. Balls would have gone out for a Dayton throw, but now you give an opportunity to get a free kick. That is unofficially 7th foul on Fort Pitt.
In the first half, the shots on goal favored Fort Pitt 5-4. Both teams had 2 corners in the first 45 minutes of play. Robertson free kick. He'll get it into the box, off the head of DuPont, and popped out over the end line. It's a goal kick for Fort Pitt Regiment.
Fans, I remind you, the Dayton Beer Company is proud to be the official craft beer sponsor of the Dayton Dynamo. Go Dynamo. And Lee, we'll have a moment. I believe we have a couple of scores from other action here in the Midwest East Conference.
Trying to look that up as we speak.
We'll get those to you as soon as we can. Fort Pitt sending the ball forward. Dayton looking to control it at midfield. Do so here in the 58th minute at Roger Glass Stadium. It is your Dayton Dynamo 2, the Fort Pitt Regiment 1.
I believe we have a final as FC Buffalo picks up their first win of the year. They take down Syracuse FC by a score of 5-1. Big win for FC Buffalo. They'll be heading into Dayton, Ohio before you know it. We'll also check out the AFC Cleveland score. Like I mentioned, it was 3-0 Rochester in Rochester, New York at the half. And it's currently still going on. A yellow card was just issued to August Finn as Fort Pitt back to work on the attack. I believe that was Shear, blocked, trying to find some relief behind in Vergara. Vergara looks around towards the left, splits it. Nice keep in the cross off the top of the net, and a goal kick awaiting the Dayton Dynamo. Good set pieces for Fort Pitt. You're starting to see the precision sneaking in there.
Fort Pitt, very good team. A very solid coach by Kowalski, who's been around, a legend of soccer in the Pennsylvania area and through the national ranks in different capacities, former pro player. And Fort Pitt got the 2-1. They got that one to come back. But right now, both teams are settling in here in the 59th minute. That heat that we talked about is going to start being a factor as Dayton pushing forward. Ball's going to head out for a Dayton throw deep in the offensive end for Dayton. So this is the point, Lee, where we need to see what's going to happen, what the makeup is. Dayton, if they can't get something materialized here in the next few minutes, probably get some fresh legs in here and use that speed. Low ball going, served in there. No danger for the keeper for Fort Pitt. Fort Pitt's going to reset here in the 60th minute.
They do have to watch Schluter coming in, one-on-one battle. Turning around Anthony Vergara. Good footwork to open up the counterattack for the Redcoats. Dayton will get a piece of it, sending it back for Zach Granziani. By the way, it's about the 70th minute in Rochester. Lancers still on top, 3-0 over AFC Cleveland. Dayton needs the full set of 3 points to keep with the Erie Commodores, who lead the East Division by mere percentage points just because Dayton's played more. Here's one to Hollings, a slow dive towards the right, and he will trap it to keep the tying goal out of the net. Wonderful day to be with you here. I'm glad you're joining us on the YouTube home of Dayton Dynamo. Don't forget, social media is where it's at. Twitter ran by Chad Hollingsworth, Dayton Dynamo, and Facebook page. Give it a thumbs up, give it a good old like. Also, Snapchat, Instagram, Dayton Dynamo, it's where it's at.
Hard foul on Dayton there. Fort Pitt's just going to keep pressing forward. Dayton will get their defense back. Fort Pitt's going to start pressing, making more chances, seeing what opportunities that they have. But again, you can see some of the players in the forward legs are starting to catch up with them in the heat. So Fort Pitt looking to make something happen here pretty quick.
Jesse Shear being the only forward available to be subbed in for Fort Pitt. He's got the freshest legs out there, along with McDyer and Obedian on the back line. Gabe will hit this out of play, and a throw-in back to the Redcoats. Just go back on the East Conference Division standings. Erie, they have played 4 matches, 3 wins and a draw this year, and they're averaging 2.5 points per game. Of course, you can't get any points, but that is an average of what they get per game. Dayton second, points per game at rounded up 1.86 or 1.9 if you like rounding it up, so close. But Dayton, they have played 3 more matches than Erie, 7 to Erie's 4, and this being the 8th for Dayton. Free kick on the way for the Dynamo. They're in the home whites today with the light gray barber pole stripes. Sharp kit. Don't really see barber pole stripes out there as much in the soccer world, but it is a very sharp look. And I think we have a hydration break, a little bit of confusion, a couple whistles. And no,
there's quick starting. Dayton's quick starting the ball, and the referee's getting a little upset, but Dayton's kind of like, come on. You're giving Fort Pitt the chance to set up. So 63rd minute, we're probably going to do a water break here in about 10 minutes or so, maybe 5-10 minutes. But Dayton here still has a 2-1 advantage lead, but need to press forward, and they're starting to press forward more numbers.
Kinkoff from Quebec on the left wing, matched up well, send up high. Here waiting for it is DuPont. Looks for the open man by the arc, and Robertson. Robertson now towards the box, back out for DuPont. Nice left foot shuffle. And back out now. Here's Schluter slowing it down. It's Robertson. 1-on-1.
Beautiful feed.
Into the box. Header goes wide right. A little bit wide right of the white post, but you got to like that Dayton attack and the setting and the movement by DuPont. And we're going to have a sub. Christian Moore Cowell will check in for the Dynamo.
Kristen Cowell, the product of Hastings College, played also for the Concord Rangers FC, will be coming in momentarily. Looks like Kissinger is going to be coming out. Good speed on the defense guy, and this is it. This is what you see. Kristen Cowell listed as a midfield. Will be playing on the back line, but I think he'll be pressing forward. Dayton might be going to a 3 defensive backfield right now, kind of a 3-4-3 or almost a 3-5-2 at this setup. So going to be pressing forward a little bit, get some fresh bodies in there. We'll see what transpires.
Ball bounces in between a couple players twice. Kinkoff now for the new sub, Moore Cowell. Straight ahead, here's Robertson. Robertson spins it behind the defender, pulls it back, and through the legs. The defender for Fort Pitt gets back on top of it. A little bit too much zip in the zag. One less, and who knows what it would have started. But here comes the counter for the Redcoats, the Fort Pitt Regiment. Right wing time.
Looking to feed through the middle. Tapped away.
Can't quite get it to Vergara up top. Back for Eric Hutton. Hutton finds Kinkoff. Goal scored by Christopher DuPont in the 24th minute for Dayton. Kinkoff in the 36th. And Dayton goes offside, trying to find Tristan Lyle. Second offside infraction going against Dayton in this match. As we enter minute number 66 at Roger Glass Stadium, the field of John Q. Sherman.
Good feed for Lyle, was offsides by about a foot, but great aggression, great play. 66 minute, Fort Pitt down 2-1 to your Dayton Dynamo. Starting to get the crunch time lead to see what's going to happen.
You gotta be careful of your legs, like you mentioned. They're weary and tired. You gotta hold your ground for the next 20+ minutes of action.
Fans want to remind you, Premier Health is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for the Dayton Dynamo and a leader in caring for student athletes in the region. To learn more or to find a sports medicine specialist near you, call 866-608-FIND or visit premierhealth.com/sportsmed.
Free kick for Fort Pitt. Make it a throw-in, I believe. In case you are wondering about the nickname for Pitt Regiment, it comes from history. A British regiment led by General John Forbes chased a garrison of French soldiers, what is now Point State Park in Pittsburgh. And there comes a goal kick on the way for the Dynamo. And here's a little bit of fun for you and timing. The regiment took the field the same year as the 250th anniversary of Fort Pitt Blockhouse. And the blockhouse is the lone remaining structure from those days, and it's the oldest standing structure in the Ohio River Valley.
It's a beautiful part of the Point State Park in downtown Pittsburgh. Great place if you've never visited. But right now, Dayton looking to visit the goal. Lyle pushing it forward, bumps off the ball, still looking for control. Ball's going to tap out for Fort Pitt. Lyle not too happy about that on the third. But you're right, Fort Pitt it's a beautiful place down at the Three Rivers. Here's your trivia question for you, Lee, as a former Pittsburghite, if that's a word, or Pittsburgher.
Can you name? I like Pittsburgher.
Can you name for me the Three Rivers?
Oh, I know Ohio, Allegheny, and Monaco.
Close enough. Monongahela.
Yeah.
See, if you lived there, you would know Monongahela. Now, if you ask me to spell it, no.
M and letters.
M Big River.
Hey, just be thankful, or just say, hey, I got Allegheny.
And that
Ohio, but, you know.
And that concludes River Trivia as part of your Dynamo broadcast. 68th minute, Dayton up 2-1 on Fort Pitt. Fort Pitt's going to have a throw in their defensive end. And, Leah, this is the point where you're going to get a sub break here coming in, a few hydration break, but we're looking for Dayton pressing forward, continuing those opportunities. Dayton still in control. Just keep that ball, keep controlling that midfield. That's been their strength all year. Looking to switch.
Morcal now going for Schluter. The back line is Christian Johnson going back for Dayton's Hollings. Here's Cabay. Goes back for Johnson. You see the Dynamo start to form up on the right to escort the ball into their attacking half. Lyle up top as Robertson will tap it a couple of times gently. Flips it up. Here's Lyle. He is surrounded by two defensemen. Pulls his right foot in. 2-foot bounce. And picked up by Fort Pitt. Gotta like Lyle's grit there. Throw in for Dayton, their attacking half. Minute number 69 here at Roger Glass Stadium, where the Dynamo lead 2-1. And Kinkoff getting a quick sip of water. Throw in for Fort Pitt. And as you might hear through the outside mic, the hydration break happening in the 75th minute. Left wing, Vergara. Kinkoff strips it away from Mazurek. Down the right wing. A race for it. Robertson on top of it. Jack Weber cuts his way through. A good defensive battle. The ball is still not crossing out of here. Here's Robertson stripping it away. Here's a cross. Can't find Tristan Lyle. There's a nice jumping catch by Scott Rissler. Good measurement not only for the ball. Now 70th minute. Fans merge with a force of anger about a hit in the face. Fort Pitt towards the left.
Back to live action. Referees will get it sorted out. Fort Pitt, though, was still with control of the ball. Dayton's going to have to control that midfield. Fort Pitt sending 8 on the offensive end right now. Dayton's got to be careful.
Left wing.
Now they'll call a foul on Dayton.
Call him worst.
Referee's going to get this squared away with the fourth official.
And a yellow card has been issued. Our first caution decked out. That's Jack Weber with the caution in the 71st. Unless it's for language, which can't really hear down there. You don't really see delayed cards handed out. Normally it's stop and do your decking. There will be a free kick for Fort Pitt after the Dayton foul taken by Mazurek. One directly in front. Worst joining back to the party after a quick drink of water. Mazurek now looking around. Two redcoats staying back with Lyle and Robertson. Should the Dynamo feed it up top. Here comes the free kick into the box, headed away by Cabay, and Dayton will win a free kick in their 18. 72nd minute on a sun-covered Sunday afternoon, heading towards the evening hours. A 2-1 Dynamo lead. The Fort Pitt goal was an own goal in the 53rd minute. And we have another sub waiting. Current Dayton Flyer, Nick Hagencourt, looks to join in on the fun for the Dynamo.
Nice flick, beautiful ball.
Here's Kinkoff. Here's a blast wide right. Kinkoff looking for two, and he just hooks it wide right of the post. Nick Hagencourt now coming in for the Dayton Dynamo, and it looks like he will replace Tristan Lyle.
Tristan Lyle played a solid match. We talked at the top of the broadcast that as Tristan goes, Dayton goes. Tristan get in a beautiful assist in the first half, and with Hagencourt coming in now, you have fresh legs, you have size, you have speed. Fort Pitt as we're getting closer and closer towards the end of the game, is definitely going to be tired out from the heat, only having 6-7 field players. They're going to have to play the full 90. So Dayton looking to make something happen right here, right now.
Dayton now down to, not counting the backup goalie, 5 subs. Throw in for the Dynamo by the near corner. 73rd minute, still a 1-goal lead for Dayton. For Pitt's worst, Megdev Vergara on the near touchline. Nice spin work, but Mole Cowell unable to hook it. Hutton will pick it back up against the down Vega.
Looking to switch. There you go. The Baikebe getting the feed. Going to cut through, make a run.
Cabay with the blast, and that's well wide left.
Baikebe on the back line doesn't get an opportunity to shoot much, and that one was just, as Bob Bucher would say, just a bit outside, but just a lot there. But you keep the pressure on. Keep the ball in the defensive end for Fort Pitt and let them have to reset. Dayton will get their defensive situation situated, and that's what you want to do. Keep the high pressure on. Dayton's been known to do that. They've done it against AFC Cleveland in previous matches, and just keep it progressing that way.
Also, you're chipping time off that clock.
Yep.
You're giving Fort Pitt less chances to tie this game up. You're also counting down until you can reel in a possibility of 3 whole points. And it's something you need if you want to be the top dog in the East. Here's Robertson on the left side of the pitch. Goes back out. Hughes slows it down. Now met up with 2 Redcoats. Twists around. Hutton can't quite get there in time. The counterattack starts the attacking half for Fort Pitt Regiment. And Moore Cowell will knock down the ball carrier, resulting in a free kick for the visitors. By the way, these 2 teams won't meet up until the 1st of July, and that will be at 7 o'clock for those thinking about visiting the Southwest Pennsylvania area. Round 2 of this matchup, July 1st at 7.
Fans, while we're setting this up, Warren Mighty Dayton Beer Company is proud to be the official craft beer sponsor of the Dayton Dynamo. Go Dynamo. Dynamo right now needing to set their defense up here in the 75th minute. Fort Pitt with a very dangerous opportunity to equalize this game.
Austin Horton starting to move down below the pitch. Might be the next Dayton sub. Here comes the free kick on the way, and belted away from Cabay. But Fort Pitt back with it. Robertson on the defensive chase, heading towards the far corner. Good footwork there. Now back out. Kalarick. Now for Moore Cowell, who will pick up the loose ball. 76th minute, 2-1 in favor of the Dynamo. And a 2-on-2 battle heading down the pitch. 3-on-2. Looking for the new sub, Hagencourt. Hagencourt holds. Blast right. A good jump by Rissler. And that will be a corner kick. Rissler does get a piece of the ball. That is Dayton's 3rd corner.
Excellent save by Rissler. Nice opportunity for Dayton. We're going to have our substitution. Nope, not coming in quite yet. We'll get we're going to do the water break, so we'll do that now. Well, I got a moment, fans. I want to remind you of a couple things. First of all, Premier Health's experienced sports medicine team offers a comprehensive concussion management program to help prevent, recognize, and treat concussions. To learn more or to find a Premier Health sports medicine specialist near you, call 866-608-FIND or visit premierhealth.com/sportsmed.
Right now, these players are going to take a breath, get some water, Gatorade, Powerade, whatever the pick of hydration is. This is where your finest moments will happen in this match. Your legs are weary, and you're thinking about the nice effect of air conditioning instead of the sun beaming down on you. But this is your finest moment of the match. You have to hold, if you're Fort Pitt, you have to hold the incoming Dynamo attack. And if you're Dayton's defense, you got to watch Fort Pitt too, because both these offenses have had their opportunities in this second half.
Dayton's able to run a little bit more, as we're going to have some substitutions for Dayton. Fort Pitt, though, able to press forward. We'll get the substitutions to you here momentarily, and this is going to be key. Substitutions coming in for Dayton Lee.
That's Christopher DuPont walking off. He will be replaced by Angelo Willie. Angelo Willie checks in, and Austin Horton will come into this match for Dayton. Try to see, that's Tate Robertson calling it a day. Horton will take his place in the midfield. I believe this is Horton's first home game with the Dynamo. It's not his first. He was on the road. And it's going to be a corner kick via Connor Hughes on the near corner. 78th minute, Dayton 2, Fort Pitt Regiment 1.
Dayton definitely needs to take opportunities here and cash in on them. You can get that third goal and having fresh legs come in. You definitely put the pressure on Fort Pitt. Ball being served in.
Off a defender for Fort Pitt. Kept back in by Dayton. Possibly Horton. And whisked away by the Redcoats. Foul on Dayton.
Fans starting getting restless here in the 79th minute. Want to see Dayton pressing forward. Dayton is controlling that midfield. Got a brand new group of midfielders coming in. Can hold the midfield with those fresh legs. Just need to continue on, not let Fort Pitt advance the ball and get any opportunities.
Looks like the last position player will be checking in. Stefano Palina. He will hand in his card to the fourth referee, and he will check in at the next opportunity. 79th minute, still 2-1 Dynamo lead, but here comes Fort Pitt. They're attacking from the right wing, bringing it into the box, one-on-one with Hutton. Cross, knocked out of bounds by Dayton across the end line, and corner kick number 4 on the day for Fort Pitt. So happen on the near side, and the sub will happen now as Stefano Palina will check in. Palina, a midfielder. And who will he be taking the place of? Polino comes in and swaps places with Edis Merzurik. Midfielder for midfielder.
Ball being in, swinged in, coming in.
And Cabay's got it. He'll rip it and keep it in play. And Dayton will knock it out of bounds. The throw in deep for Fort Pitt Regiment. Still 2-1 Dynamo leads. We head into the 81st minute.
Fort Pitt looking to flick on, do so. Dayton trying to clear it, still being a scrum back in the defensive end. Looking for help, looking for a cross in.
Now here's Johnson with the send away. Fort Pitt, nice job. Doing a nice job with the second chances. Spinning in, Shear. Drop it into the 18, heading towards the line and out of real estate. And it's a goal kick on the way for the Dayton Dynamo. 81st minute with the drum still beating loud from the Gem City Squadron, the support group for the Dayton Dynamo. A nice collection of flags. Normally there's about 4 or 5 out there, but we have the Gay Pride flag, the State of Ohio flag, and the blue and white checkerboard flag. That is the staple. Also the City of Dayton flag is hanging off the fence. And welcome to the danger zone on the opposite side.
Fort Pitt looking to press forward, getting pressure on the ball, but able to just keep going. Defensive end.
Willie with nice defense, helping out Hutton. Back out to the centerman, and stripped away. More Cowell comes away with the ball, and clears it down the field. Kinkoff racing back for it. He will pick it up.
Nope, called onside.
And a couple red shirts join the fray. Skipped away from Hagencord, and battled away by Fort Pitt's defense. Now Hutton on a one-on-one battle with Stefano Palina. Freshest legs out there, Palina. And it's a throw in for Dayton as that runs out of room. Still 2-1 Dynamo. 82nd, heading into the 83rd minute here from Roger Glass Stadium. Allings looking for a win number 3 on the year. 2-1-1 coming into this match. Schluter slices it. Now for Hagencourt, back for Schluter, coming up from the right. Kinkoff, back to Schluter, heading towards the near corner. Schluter stops the ball. 2 Redcoats in front. Schluter trying to blister it away. If that did not have a spin on that ball, that would have been a corner kick for Dayton, but as it hit the turf, it spun back towards the 2, controlling. Throw in on the way for Dayton in the 83rd. 2-1 Dayton, your score. Hughes.
Good turn.
Straight ahead. Lots of bodies around Hagencourt. Schluter now. Hagencourt knocks it down. Fort Pitt Regiment on top of it, and a whistle. And a free kick coming for the Redcoats on a Dayton foul. Time crunching down for the visitors. They look for their second win of the year. And his first start for Scott Rissler, he looks for first decision. Swept away by Cabay. Off the Our City quote. A throw in for Fort Pitt. Right now, most of the Redcoats kept in their formation, which looks 3-3-2-2. Belted back out for Rissler, playing well out the box.
Fort Pitt looking for those passes. Dayton, though, was looking to do a good counterattack, and Dayton has proven if they can get a counterattack, good things can happen. Right now, dangerous situation for Dayton, looking to defend off the ball, might play it back to keeper. Nope, be able to turn. And Dayton sending it along, nobody home.
Johnson Schluter that time. Up top for Worst. One caution on the day. It was Weber in the 71st minute. Kinkoff. Some pressure from behind via Jack Weber.
Send through. Up.
Kinkoff. Keeping up with the line. Stay onside. Dayton left wing. Looking for Kinkoff. Defense was playing a little out front of Kinkoff. Gets that pass away. Dayton looking for an unintentional hand pass for a free kick. However, Moore-Cowell sets it up. Kinkoff up top. He's got one of the 2 goals. It would be the winning goal if the score holds up. Here's Hutton. He slices through 2 defenders and sends it well high into the protective net. A goal kick for Fort Pitt. But great burst of energy through the 2 defenders, getting his own shot.
Keeps the pressure on Fort Pitt. Fort Pitt's going to have to reset from a goal kick. Fort Pitt defenders really were in no man's land. You take the man, it's going to go wide. You take him on, and Hutton, right place, right time. Fort Pitt, though, looking to push the ball forward. Ball's going to tap out for Fort Pitt throw-in, but Fort Pitt quick. Looking to be quick on the counterattack.
Now for Calarick. Send up, it's Johnson. Spins it off the scalp. Hutton, Schluter. Up top looking for Horton. Horton slows it down. Taking the place of Tate Robertson straight ahead. And the offside flag goes up and down. It was a one-on-one battle. Kinkoff looking back for it against Scott Rissler. Another offside infraction against the Dynamo. That's now 3 on the day. 86 minute, 2-1 Dynamo advantage. Horton on top of it. He's playing up top in the midfield. Looks towards his right, now goes towards his left. Feeds the ball down low.
Good through ball.
Moore-Cowell, back for Horton. Tangled up, and play on now for Hagencourt. Back out towards the arc. Shot blocked from Moore-Cowell. 86 minutes still, heading to the 87th now. 2-1 Dayton. 1 red coat against the Dayton defense. Almost broke through both of them. Loose ball pickup, it's Dayton's. Horton now. Spinning the dive with Jack Weber, who towers over the midfielder. Gets on the back, looks for a free ride, and instead gives the Dayton Dynamo a free kick.
87th minute, time starting to wind down on Fort Pitt right now. Dayton just needs to keep playing their game and consider it a 0-0 match at this point because they keep doing the opportunities, getting back where they need to be, trying for a long ball here. Going to take a bounce. Whistler able to get that with no problems. So Dayton right now need to reset that defense. They got the 2-1 advantage. Make smart opportunities, but just get those white jerseys back behind the ball.
And for Fort Pitt, time is not your friend at this moment of the game. Get your offense rolling. Don't hold on to the ball. Now here's Kinkoff straight ahead. Past the defender. One-on-one with the goalie. Bounces it off Rissler's hands. And that's going to be corner kick number 4 on the day for Dayton.
The benefit of this is Dayton can slow down the pace, waste off a good minute here. Great opportunity by Kebe. Sends the ball forward. His expertise, being the wiry veteran of the Champions League, put the ball right where he needed to be. Dayton missed their opportunity, but now need to see what they can come up with.
Well, he takes the quick corner kick for the Dynamo. Send up from the far side. Can't get it past the red and white wall. A one-on-one battle. Horton unable to come up within the 88th minute. Still 1-goal advantage for the Dynamo. Now here's Fort Pitt. You see the speed starting to pick up for the Redcoats. Horton and Schluter putting his body out there. And Colin Worst unable to drive it past. One sub left for the Dynamo, Christoph Rappis. It looks like he might be heading in as he stands and talks to Coach Grice. This time last year, Dan Grice was promoted to head coach after the dismissal of David Wall. Chip towards the near corner. It's Hutton. One-on-one heading towards the yellow lines. And it's a Dayton throw-in. Tricky maneuver there for Hutton. 89th minute. And right now the near linesman and the defender having a couple words. Christoph Rappis will check into this game for Dayton. And he will take the place of Connor Hughes.
Dayton getting fresh legs on the defensive end. That will always help, especially in the very waning moments of this game, getting close to the 90th minute. Dayton with a throw in here, just need to keep control possession of the ball.
Big throw in for the Dynamo. Back out to said thrower. Keeping on his legs is Hagencord. Good balance. And across the touchline, last off for Pitt Regiment. Still in the 90th minute with stoppage time quickly approaching. 2-1 Dynamo, your score.
Probably 2 minutes of stoppage time is my assumption.
Here's a nice move from Willie.
Corner.
Willie can't get the clean shot on Rissler, but that is indeed corner number 5 for the Dynamo.
I'll slow the pace down a little bit here. Dayton is not going to send a full arsenal forward here. Don't need to at this point. Just make sure you have the numbers. Having 4 on the back midfield area by Kebe is going to creep up a little bit. But corner kicks, all it takes is one head, one leg to put it in.
Stoppage time is now upon us in this second half. Splitting away from the closest Dynamo player. Here's Rissler favoring that left side, staying there. If he got back up too quick, that ball might have squirted past him. Good heads-up read by Fort Pitt's goalie. And now the Redcoats are on the attack. Moore-Cowell gets it away for Dayton. Back to Moore-Cowell on the near touchline. Straight ahead. You can't necessarily full stop him until the ref blows his whistle. However, as much time as you can chew away is beneficial for the Dynamo crew. All eyes on the referee with the neon green kit. Moore-Cowell again driving. Stripped away. Cutting his way through was Vergara. Yellow
and a card. That's a surprise. Bumped off the ball card, but they can slow it down. Fort Pitt's going to get an opportunity here. They're going to probably send most of the troops. Kowalski showing his skill. Still at his age, 62, I believe, able to put a nice pass in here. This is where Fort Pitt's going to send the whole group. Last chance gasp for Fort Pitt. Got to be really careful here, Dayton. Clear the ball. Nothing silly.
Goalie is straddling the attacking third and half line as Kebe comes up with another jumper. Amazing. 90-plus minutes, and Kebe still has the hop, still has the jump to be able to knock it away. Throw in on the way for Fort Pitt. This one off the left corner of the wall for Dayton. Sailing over the head in the arc, trying to clear it away. Johnson and Hollings will come up with it very stylishly. All eyes upon the referee. His last whistle signals what could be a Dayton win.
And that's it.
That's full time from Roger Glass Stadium. The Dayton Dynamo defeat the Fort Pitt Regiment by a score of 2-1, and Dayton improves to 5 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses on the season, and Fort Pitt falls to 1 win and 3 losses in the 2017 campaign. However, 3 big points for the Dynamo, and Pete, that's always huge. Dayton now with 16 points on the season, which is 6 better than Erie, and currently Rochester. We'll have to double check the AFC Cleveland score because that could be Rochester with 3.
While he's checking on that score, just a synopsis of the game. Dayton able to come out here, quick opportunities, do some beautiful, beautiful passes and combinations, get that 2-0 lead, gave up an own goal, but Dayton keeping the pressure on, controlling the midfield, and one of the very big attributes that Dayton has, as in past years, is they have a solid bench. You can go to your bench, get fresh legs in, and be very solid, regardless of what position you put in. Dayton able to come away with the win, solid win. Want to thank the fans for coming out here. Great opportunity. Dayton will be back in action soon. And Lee, great chance for Dayton.
Absolutely. By the way, that AFC Cleveland and Rochester game is final, and in full time, the Lancers win 3-0. So 3 first-half goals for the Lancers, enough to put 3 more points up for the Lancers. They now have 13, which was tied for Dayton, but Dayton picks up 3 important points. Dynamo now 5 wins, 2 losses, and a draw for 16 points in their 8 matches played. Here's some stats for you too, Pete. Shots on goal, it favors Dayton 9-8, and in the second half, 5-3. The Dynamo get 2 more shots on frame in that second half. Also looking throughout, this stats program very, very detailed, I will say that. 5 corners for the Dynamo, 4 for Fort Pitt, and goalkeeper saves. Rissler comes up with 7 on the day, and Hollings, he picks up 7 as well in the win. And Hollings, with that W for the Dynamo, he improves his season record to 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. Good youth day here at Roger Glass, and a good result for the home Dayton Dynamo FC squad. And that will do it for our broadcast today here from Roger Glass Stadium in downtown Dayton, Ohio. For Pete Ziegler and our camera operator Shelby, this is Lee W. Mowen signing off and bidding you a bid of good luck and farewell, as Friday will be our next broadcast. It will be against the Rochester Lancers. Join us here on the official home of Dayton Dynamo Soccer on YouTube.